Hello and welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report. I'm Jim Sheehan, joined today by the Hofstra head wrestling coach, Dennis Papadatos. Coach, first of all, happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays.
Appreciate the same to you.
Big weekend this past weekend up at the New York State Collegiate Wrestling Championships, the Pride. 7 place winners, including 3 individual titleists, and placing second, a heartbreaking second, losing out to Cornell by a half point. Tell us about the tournament.
It was definitely a good tournament, losing to Cornell, who was the number 2 team in the country by half a point. They had, 5 starters out, but they actually had more 5 starters in, and we had a few starters out ourselves, and it was good to, be ahead of some of those. Army, who's doing a great job, and Buffalo, who's getting so much better, and Binghamton, and Columbia, and battling with Cornell. We were in the lead the whole time. It was good. It's good to dominate people when you should dominate them. That's part of being successful. When you're a lot better than someone and you beat them by a point, it's it's showing progress that we're a lot better than some people, and we dominated them. And it was definitely nice to see. But we, by no means have we arrived. I'll tell you, we arrived when we beat Cornell by half a point, when all our starters are in and all their starters are in. That's when we really arrived. But it was definitely a nice change. We competed harder than we did at Rutgers, and it was a move in the right direction. Still far away where we want to be in March, and 3 to 5 years from now. But a pretty big step in the right direction, I would say.
Wrestling without competitors at 125 and 197. We've got 3 individual champions. Jamel Hudson at 141, Cody Ruggiero at 149, and Michael Hughes at 285. Who impressed you the most of the 3 titleists?
Oh, that's a great question. And all 3 of them in different ways, but I'll probably go in order. Probably Mike, because I've known Mike was good enough to win it, and just the way he went about and did it, he really dominated. He got a bunch of pins. I've been yelling at him that he's not pinning people, and he went out and he pinned 3 people, I think. And I've been yelling at him that he's not shooting and getting takedowns. And he went out and he got takedowns. And he, in the semifinals, he wrestled a kid that I actually recruited at Binghamton, Lance Moore, who was tough and former New York State champ, older than Mike. And then that was at Cortland, and he beat Mike last year, by a point or 2. And Mike was all nervous, and we had a good talking. I kind of tried to get him up for the match, saying, not to worry, we've done the right things, you're going to win. And he was beating him 8-0 before we pinned him in the first period this time. I mean, it was on the way to being a tech fall, but it was total domination, and that was in the semifinals. And in the finals, he wrestled a kid that he lost to 3 times last year. He got pinned by him, he got majored by him, and he lost to him by points. And he wrestled so hard, and it took him about half the match to realize that he was better than him. And then he poured it on, and he ended up getting the takedown with the last second left to get the major. So he went from getting pinned major to majoring the kid in less than a year. So I was very impressed with his improvement from last year. And I was impressed with Cody because he was 10 points and a pin better than everyone he wrestled, and he beat everyone that he wrestled by 10 points for a pin. So, he wasn't just holding on, he went out there to score points, and he went out there to dominate. He tried to get 4 pins, and he's being the leader we need right now. He sure is. And Jamel, just because he's a thoroughbred horse, and we told him, I made it very clear to him, you're great on your feet, you're going to have to get out on bottom and learn how to ride. And he had a riding time point in 3 of his matches, and he was forced to take bottom, every match. I told him he had to take bottom, and he got out every single time. So I'm impressed with his buy-in, that he believed what I told him he was going to do. He went out and he did it, and he built confidence because he still won, even where he felt like he was in his weakness, and he turned it into a strength.
And Kyle Savage placed second at 133, as did Nick Turdick at 165, a second consecutive second place finish for Nick at 165. Has to be a confidence builder for Nick, and a boost for Kyle, who is right now one of the backups.
Yeah, he's battling with Maverick. Maverick got banged up a little bit, won his first match, and had to sit out, and had to be taken out of the tournament. We don't know when he'll be back yet. Shouldn't be too serious. But Kyle, he beat a tough kid in the semifinals with a big win. And in the finals, you ask me, I don't think the ref did him justice. And if we win that match, we win the tournament, by the way, which we should have won. We got called for a defensive foul, which I didn't think was there. But he also put himself in that situation. He makes a lot of mistakes, but he's battling, and he's holding on to win. But that's where he needs to mature from. Cody Ruggiero matured from. He doesn't hold on to win. He goes out and he dominates you. And Kyle's better. If he's 5 points better than the kid, he's still holding on to win by 1. And he's got to make those adjustments. And Turdick looked unbelievable for 3.5 matches, and then he looked good. But his first 3.5 matches, he went out there, and I said, lay it on the line. It doesn't matter. go out and wrestle, use your ability, make it an athletic contest. And he went out and he wrestled as hard as he could. And I believe he built confidence, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen with him for the rest of the season to be the leader that we need him to be.
And not to ignore Jelani Callender, finished third at 157, Frank Afrani fifth at 174. An impressive showing for the Pride overall.
Yeah, Afrani looked good. He got pins when we needed. He won. He lost a tough, close match against a tough Buffalo kid, by a riding time point, and we're going to work on it. We're going to get better because we're going to see that kid again, and we're planning to beat him next time. And Frank's still making little mistakes that are costing him big. And then he stormed back and got some pins, and he's wrestling angry. And when Frank's talented, so when he wrestles angry, his best comes out. So hopefully that was his line in the sand, and we can get him moving forward to getting back to being ranked like he started at the beginning of the year.
Now we get back to the dual matches this weekend at the Journeyman A6 Northeast Duels in Troy, New York. Three tough teams, headed up by Missouri, who is ranked in the top 5, North Carolina State, a top 25 team, and Sacred Heart. What are you looking for out of the team this weekend?
The same thing I always talk about, this stuff matters, but it doesn't. But it matters because there's a ref there and there's a crowd, and you always have to win. And winning and learning lessons is better than losing and learning lessons. So, we're going out to win. I'm looking for a consistent effort. I'm looking to see who's tough, who can be tough for 3 straight matches against 3 tough opponents, who can stay focused, who can keep their mindset going, who's not going to, get back into a corner, and who's going to, come out swinging, and find a way to finally, score those tough points. Even this weekend, we dominated, but there wasn't, at least half the times when there was tough situations, we won some and we lost some. I want to get to the point like Lehigh did to us and Rutgers did to us when they won every tough situation. And we got to get to there's going to be tough situations this weekend, and I want to see if we're going to start winning our share of them as opposed to losing them, kind of breaking even. Now, I'm caring more about the little situations, but we're going in to win, man. I mean, we train, we got 10 guys, we got a program that cares, we got a staff that cares, we got kids that care, so we're going in to win. They're a bunch of 18, 23-year-olds, we're a bunch of 18 to 23-year-olds, and we do everything they do. So let's go out and let's put it on the map.
Well, good luck this weekend, and thank you for joining us here on the WB Mason Coaches Report on GoHofstra.com.